Hello everyone and welcome to another Music of the Month review. This is for the Music of the Month of September in 2018, and as you all know by now, there's probably a couple of albums I missed, which in this case is just a couple of albums. I couldn't really record this one yesterday because there was an album I'd missed that I'd listened to, and well, that was it. I just had to finally listen to it, and I couldn't have done it on Monday because I had my niece to look after. So yeah. Also, side note. I might not be able to record tomorrow or Friday because I will have, once again, my niece to look after for those 2 days. I'll try to get the next Ultimate Fire episode review up as soon as I can. But this is for Music of the Month, so let's focus on this. So first off, we start with Beartooth with Disease. Not really a lot about Beartooth that I can say that I haven't said before, just really, really awesome band. I will say this is probably their least heaviest album, but it's a lot more, it's got a lot more of an emotional punch, and I really, really like that. It taps more into Caleb Shomo's dealings with depression and anxiety, which are well documented within his music. And yeah, I remember watching the entire Greatness or Death video series and actually becoming really, really enraptured by it, and it made me care about this album a lot more. It's not in my top 10, and if I'm being completely honest, it's probably my least favourite Beartooth album, but I still really, really enjoyed it, you know? I mean, all three Beartooth albums, in my opinion, are just really, really good. But I do have a least favourite. Then again, that's probably spoiling stuff for backtracking, isn't it? Ugh. So we're going to move on with Boston Manor and their album Welcome to the Neighborhood, their second album, I believe. So I like to think I caught onto the band early-ish, maybe. This was it was an alright piece of work, just good British rock punk thing. I liked it. Wasn't super crazy about it, but I did like what I heard. So yeah, it was just really, really good stuff. I mean, it was memorable in some ways, but once again, not exactly my top 10, just an album I really, really liked. Next is the first album that I didn't listen to, first album that I listened to in September that didn't actually come out in September, and that album is Kamikaze by Eminem. Yeah, I completely, I had no idea I did it until I found out about it, a couple of weeks into September. I listened to it and I thought, holy shit, this is really good. It was probably my favourite album of September, even though it came out in August. Yeah, I really, really liked it. Just solid rap stuff. I said my piece about Eminem before in my backtracking finale, and I said, I said about him having fun on the Marshall Mathers LP too, and he seems like he's enjoyed himself on Revival, even though a lot of people didn't like that album. They really, really like Kamikaze. I'm in that same group as well. Kamikaze is really, really good. He sounds like he's having fun, but he's making a lot of points, and no one's safe. So I really, really enjoy that. Just no more taking shit from anyone, which is Eminem's MO, basically. His M&MO, if you will. And, sorry, no I'm not. If I was sorry, I'd stop doing the puns, wouldn't I? But yeah, just good stuff. I liked it. Moving on. Fit for a King with Dark Skies. I don't know which album this is by them. I know it's upwards of 5. It was my first album by them, though, and just solid Christian metalcore stuff. In fact, you know what? Nah, I'm not even going to include the Christian thing. I think I've shaved off the religion from most religious bands I listen to and just focused on listening to them as a band. And this is definitely one of those better examples of that, because a lot of people really can't separate the two, and they do have a tendency to hate the bands that do have religion going for them. As an agnostic, I couldn't give a toss either way. So it allows me to enjoy more music. I just think that's a good mindset for me, personally. But yeah, it was solid metal stuff. Kind of generic in places, nothing I haven't really heard before, especially considering how transcendental metal has gotten this year. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. It was good. Nothing wrong with it. Next is Good Charlotte with Generation RX, and it's... They wanted to take themselves a bit more seriously with this one, and I've got no problem with that. But the album's kind of... it's not bad. It can be catchy in points, but it's also just really, really boring. The cover art looks... it looks so 2004 as well. I mean, I don't often criticize cover art, but the cover art for this album, it just looks so crappy edgelord. I mean, it's probably my least favorite album of September. I just... I didn't like it. I tried to, but it dragged on. It was a slog to listen to, which is surprising considering it wasn't even that long. I think just over 40 minutes, so not a terribly long album. I just didn't really enjoy it, you know? Especially since their last one. Their last one was them proving themselves that even though they're in their mid-30s now, they can still put out a good pop-punk sort of thing. And that's what they did with the last album. They should have kept that up for this one. They just went like, oh, we're going to be 40 soon, we may as well play it a bit more serious. Like, you tried playing it serious before and no one really cared. You found your formula with your previous album. You found your formula way before that. Stick to it. It works. I wasn't a fan of this one. I just wasn't. And it's bizarre that that's my least favorite album of September because the next album caused me the most problems, and that is Psychostick with Do. Now, I fucking love this album. Once again, Psychostick, it's funny, it's got all the things you'd expect from Psychostick if you've ever listened to any of their albums in full. It's hilarious, got great skits. Doesn't really have a concept to it like their previous album did. I liked that there was a little tiny story connecting them, but Do didn't really need that. It was just meant to be a blast of funny, and I left my ass off several times trying listening to it. But the reason it caused me a lot of problems was because it came out in July, and I had no idea it came out in July. I was eagerly awaiting it to come out maybe Decemberish. But no, I looked up. I found like an interview. It was shared on the band's Facebook. It was an interview, or rather a review done by some not very well known music magazine, and um, they said that the album came out in July. Like they said that the album came out, and I looked for it. I thought, oh, maybe it came out in September. No, it came out in July. So yeah, that was. But still, I listened to it, I enjoyed it, I left my ass off. And I headbanged, which is the entire point of the Psychostick album. It's hilarious and headbanging. So, good stuff as always. Next is maybe my favourite album of September, though. The Story So Far with Proper Dose. I loved their previous couple of albums as well. The only one I haven't listened to by them is their debut, actually. I've listened to every other album besides their first one. But Proper Dose was just amazing. And it's nice to see that Parker Cannon, the lead singer of the band, has gotten his shit together, because since the release of What You Don't See, and actually a bit before that, he was not doing so well. He refined himself to a hotel room, he was acting like a dick to a lot of people, and he had an addiction to sleeping pills. So, I know that because I read up an interview about it when I was looking for a review of the album as I was listening to it, and I was thinking, yeah, the dude obviously got over his problems. This album is a much more measured approach. It's not as heavy as The Story So Far normally is, but I still really enjoyed it. It was a lot more balanced, and I honestly had fun. I just really liked it. Probably my favorite album of the month. Just solid pop punk and a solid album from a solid pop punk band. Probably the best American pop punk band. They're America's answer to. I was going to say they're America's answer to Neck Deep, but they've been around longer than Neck Deep, so that makes Neck Deep England's answer to The Story So Far. That makes more sense. But yeah, just really good stuff. I liked it. Moving on, got 2 more albums to go. Terror with Total Retaliation. I like the alliteration there, and unintentional rhyme, but yeah, I do it all the time. So yeah, my first Terror album. Just solid hardcore punk. I'm vaguely familiar with Terror. I mostly know them for being a band that had a little bit of a beef with the Ghost Inside, sort of, but I think I've since gotten over it. And yeah, Terror, just classic, that classic NYHC style of hardcore. And I don't even know if they're from New York. Hang on. No, they're from Los Angeles, California. Thank you, phone, for telling me that information. So yeah, still really really good hardcore. I quite enjoyed it. Peachy stuff. And lastly, we have Thrice with Palms, my first Thrice album. A lot of first albums for me from from September. Yeah, I really liked it. I've heard bits and bobs of Thrice. I've never fully listened to anything by them before, which is my mistake. There will be a backtracking episode for them at some point. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It was the old experimental rock, alternative hardcore thing that you've come to expect from Thrice. Like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of them, but from what I have listened to, I know how their sound sort of works, which is weird because they're experimental as well, and they always change it. And yeah, okay, granted, Palms might not be as heavy as previous works were, but it was still emotional. I still really enjoyed it. Complex musical stuff and things. like how my mind work and do English good. But yeah, I really like this album. Probably my second favorite album of September, behind Proper Dose. So yeah, really good stuff. So to be honest, yeah, that's about it. That's all the albums I listened to in September. I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. The latest, probably Saturday, for the next Ultimate Fire review. I'll try and watch the episode before I have to review it, but I'm one of those people, like, I have to watch something and then take down what I remember, because I'm not going to be able to watch it tomorrow, take notes, and then keep those notes until Saturday. So, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I'll find a way around it. The next episode, well, the next review will come out soon. As well, the next episode of What a Concept, I'm actually getting quite a bit to work on it, so yeah, I'm hoping to release it actually around Halloween, because it's a horror album, so it makes sense to release it on the best horror day, maybe. Horror day. I just realized that was kind of racist. Anyway, that's going to do it for my rambling and stuff. I'll see you all for my next video, whatever that is. Thank you for listening. You're awesome. Bye bye.